Okay, hello, this is going to be low tech, so let's see if we all can handle it. Okay. I'm Jeanine Meyer. I live in Mount Kisco, New York. I'm a professor emerita, meaning I'm kind of semi-retired, at Purchase College State University of New York. And I worked for a time at IBM in robotics and educational uses of technology. This is the origin story of the course that I teach, the origami math course, and also a book project. Okay. My first exposure to origami was in 1959, a Martin Gardner column in a mathematical game section of Scientific American. And it was The Flapping Bird, and I enjoyed it. I had a very good time with it. I didn't do any more origami, though, but that was my start. Some years later, I was fortunate enough, for a strange set of circumstances I can explain offline, to meet Lillian Oppenheimer, who is credited with popularizing origami in the United States. And she didn't like the Martin Gardner article. I can talk more about that. But she told me the business card frog is a model that I'll never forget, and it's very popular. Okay. Then I got more into origami. I met other people. I went to the conventions, and the critical model for what follows is this Dollar Bill Rosette designed by Martin Kruskal, based on an original design for a rosette by Paul Jackson. Now, Martin was a very well-regarded mathematician at Princeton, but in the origami community, we know him as Lillian's son and Laura Kruskal's husband. And Laura Kruskal every year would design a crown. And this is one of her crowns, one of her simpler ones, called the King David crown. To get back to the Dollar Bill Rosette, in the paper that I submitted for the gift exchange, I do talk about the two significant, really fun math topics that are associated with this. So you could read that, and we can talk about it more offline. I worked on it for a while, and then I gave a talk at our number theory class at Purchase College. And the chair of the Math Computer Science Department said that I should develop an origami math general education course. And general education is, everybody has to take a math course, and that's very traumatic for most of the people. So we're always looking for new things. At first I was dubious because I thought the math was too hard, but then one night it came to me that there was a lot of very basic math and very beautiful math, and we could do previews. So that's what I did. In the class, we start with the business card frog, and then we do the magazine cover box for something for the frog to jump into. And we show together that this has to be a rectangle that's not a square, because that's what holds the box together. Okay. We deal with other models, other things that in origami are called bases, including the traditional frog, which the students like because you can blow it up, and we do we do more than I'm showing here, but these are some critical ones. We do a tetrahedron from a strip by Joe Nakashima, and I talk about how that works because we get an equilateral triangle. And we also do this is a fidgety story, the rotating tetrahedrons. We also do modulars. This is something by Robert Neal that's pretty straightforward. The first time to do it, it's kind of hard to do it just by yourself. And we compare things. We compare everything with everything else. So for example, this one, which is a very popular one, the kissy fish, starts with dividing an edge into thirds, and the Dollar Bill Rosette, you divide an edge into 11ths. Okay. We do modulars. I start with that one. There's something here that it's a two-level modular because you can stack up cubes. And we have this very beautiful Philip Chen vase, which is a lead-in to talk about flat foldability, okay, which is one of the things that Eric Demain, working in two different groups, proved some things about that. Just a minute, I'm getting myself confused. We also do the Ninja Star, okay, and I think I'm going to stop with that. The class is typically twice a week. I've taught it in a in-person class in 2019, and then 2020 COVID hit, so I kind of didn't want to do it. So I went back to teaching programming. But in 2021, I got the nerve again to do it, and I did. And and it went well because I used breakout sessions, and because even though we still use computers for the virtual nature of it, it's still enough different that they like it, okay? Between the first and second starting of the class, I began a book project with Takashi Makoto, who was he was a TA the first time he was a student, and across the hall, World Scientific Publishing has a table, and they're offering my books and other delightful books at a discount, okay? I have my models, which I hope to give away, and I'd be happy to talk with everybody, including on Wepton Primes Base 2, how to divide an edge into 11ths, and the general issue of Math Gen Ed.